I don't know if you can hear me. I hope actually this is better. There was a big problem from my side because my computer decided to just switch off. I honestly hope I have the PowerPoint saved. We'll see. It should all be fine soon. Stage 10 resolution. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Man, fil-verità, this is better. I don't know what happened. My computer just completely switched off. I wanted to use my tablet as well, but unfortunately at the moment I can't connect it. But it's not a problem. It's something that I can do without. But it was working before, so I don't know why. But yeah, it's working. It's a situation where apologies, my bad. I don't know what happened. I streamed this morning to university, mic was fine. I streamed to 1C, mic wasn't fine. So again, I changed my system again. This is the one I used in the past. Sound seems to be a lot better. There is no background noise, but again, it's not something that I'm very comfortable with. Not with what happened. Hope it doesn't repeat itself. Now, we lost a lot of students. Have you given them a shout to see if they could come back? Because this lesson is actually quite important for most of you. In the meantime, a bit of a few updates. Big well done in your exams, you did really well. If you got certain marks and you want to discuss how you can improve, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'm here to help you. I am your teacher. As a teacher, I'm here to help. Even through this difficult time. This is not the easiest time for you as students. It's not the easiest time for me as a teacher. Please do ask questions. We are here to help you. We are here to guide you. We don't have all the answers. That's fine, Martha, don't worry. They'll come back. We don't have all the answers, but we have guidelines. So, at the moment, I'm hoping to see you on the 21st of April. Don't worry, I'll make sure that the 21st of April won't be a test. But I'm looking forward to really seeing you all again, because being stuck at home, especially in the last week, sick, was not nice. I want to tell everyone that I had the common flu, a normal common flu, because some students were worried. It was just a normal flu. I cancelled the lesson on Friday because I had a fever. I had 103, which was very high, and I could barely speak. But apart from that, I'm completely perfectly fine now. So we're back to around 18 students. Brilliant. When we reach 2021, I will start. Yes. If you need anything, ask me. I've seen your marks, and the marks look good. There are a few students who I would like for their marks to improve. There are quite a few students from your class who have not asked me for feedback. Now, having said that, there are a few students from your class who probably don't need my feedback because they did really well. But it would be nice if all students were to actually ask, because that would mean that you've taken an interest. There are students who got less than 30, okay? And I believe that asking and getting some feedback on your papers is very important. I will be giving the papers to school, I think, tomorrow or Wednesday. And you can go and collect them at some point. Don't worry, we'll guide you, okay? The papers are yours. At some point, by the end of, I don't know when, you'll get your papers for sure. I'll just try and do it as early as possible. If you think you didn't do that well in my section, please ask. I can see your marks. And I can see that some students did really well in physical and not in other topics. So ask so I can help, okay? Ask so I can direct you to what you have to study. Now, having said that, we're nearly to full class. I'm gonna start. This is not a long session, but if you have any queries, please ask. If not, we'll be done around 15 to 20 minutes. So, what is a dative bond? Up till now, we've always talked about covalent bonds, and we've talked about covalent bonds as being sharing of two electrons. The problem is when you share two items, these two items, there are two possibilities. You can either have two electrons being shared, one from each atom, which is normally the case. So up till now, pretty much most of our cases have been where the electrons have been shared equally between two atoms. So for example, if you have HCl, one electron from the proton and one electron from the chlorine will actually bond together. They are shared to give HCl. But then there is another possibility, and this possibility is the possibility where you have two electrons coming from the same atom. This is crucial because this gives you the possibilities, more possibilities. And in chemistry, Possibilities are what are important. Possibilities are what you're looking for. Okay? Now, so a dative bond is a special type of covalent bond in which both the shared electrons are contributed by one atom only. Let's make sure that everyone has understood this. So if there is someone who cannot understand what's written on this page, what's written on your screen right now, please tell me. Okay? Don't worry, we're gonna explain how this happens and why it happens. But if there is someone who can't understand this, please do tell me so I can explain. Okay? And it can be defined as a covalent bond in which both electrons of the shared pair are contributed by one of the two atoms only. So, the two electrons are going to come from one single atom. Are we clear? I know it's noon, but not all of you are from Ormi, okay? I'm the only one from Ormi. Son of Sonarnis. Yeah, the others, you should still be taking part and discussing and talking and show signs of life. Such a bond is also referred to as a coordinate bond. So, as you know, we're going to be doing aluminium, we're going to be doing transition metals. I wanted to do this in a certain basis first, but you might have realized that certain basis is not going to be the topic that we're going to be covering next. We're going to be talking about aluminium, we're going to be talking about transition metals, and the transition metals we're going to talk about coordinate bonds. Okay? Now, I know I told you I'm going to try and fix the problem. There was a bigger problem because I had a blue screen and everything died, but it's all worked out now. So, what is a coordinate bond? Coordinate bond is another word for dative bonding. Okay? They are the same thing. Don't worry, nothing interesting is going to happen today. You're not going to be under lockdown. Now, what do you need for a dative bond? You need two atoms. Okay? Now, these atoms could be part of molecules, but you need two particular atoms. You need one atom that has a 4-octet rule, okay, and at least one non-bonding pair of electrons. So it needs one lone pair. And then you need a second atom that is not a full shell. So you need something that is electron deficient. So for example, if you were to look at these two examples here, beryllium chloride and aluminium chloride, the central atoms do not have 8 electrons. So they do not have a full octet. Okay? That means that beryllium has 4 electrons, aluminium has 6 electrons. Aluminium is 1 pair short. Aluminium is 1 pair short from a full octet. What does that mean? It means that because it's 1 pair short from a full octet, then you can actually use it for dative bonds. Now, here are the other two examples. A, 8 electrons, therefore it follows the octet rule. You have 4 lone pairs because it's a single atom. B, you have 3 pairs, meaning that you have an electron deficient atom. So when A and B combine, A would have to contribute both of the atoms, of the electrons. Both of the electrons will go from A to B. B doesn't have anything to contribute. This is how to draw them. Now, again, considering all this, we do not need to draw the shells. Actually, it might be best not to draw the shells. But of course, it's not going to be the end of the world if the shells are drawn. For now, I'm not going to bully you into not drawing the shells. For now. Because in a couple of days, weeks, or months' time, I would actually need you to remove the shells. How can we draw this as well? Instead of drawing the shared electrons, we can draw an arrow. What does the arrow mean? The arrow means that A is giving 2 electrons to B. The arrow is a bit misleading, because the arrow might mean and might indicate that you have a different covalent bond. But it's a normal covalent bond. Once they're shared, there's no difference between dative bonds and covalent bonds. Okay? There's literally no difference between dative and covalent bonds. They are exactly the same. The atom which contributes the electron pair is called the donor, and the atom... Yes, but we haven't really discussed Lewis structures, Luke, because I wanted to do those in bond with certain bases. So, in reality, whilst they are better, we haven't discussed them in class, so I can't tell you you have to use them. Don't worry, if the situation will not back by the 21st of April, I'll prepare a video. Okay, so don't really worry about it, just something that needs to be done. The atom which contributes the electron pair is called the donor, while the atom which accepts is called the acceptor. And the dative covalent bond, once formed, is indistinguishable from a regular covalent bond. The compound formed via dative bonding can be called a number of items, could be a coordinate compound, an addition compound, or an adduct. Just know that it is a normal covalent compound, okay? So, it's the way it's being prepared that is different. Otherwise, it is exactly the same. And now, we're going to do a few examples of coordinate bonds. We have 2 examples. One is ammonia and boron trifluoride. I'm not going to ask you to draw these for now. Mainly, they're simple. Okay? Ammonia knows how to draw, boron trifluoride know how to draw. It will be a waste of time. So, you've got these 2 structures. Important, ammonia has a lone pair, boron only 6 electrons. 2, 4, 6. Remember, when I count the electrons, it's 2, 2, and 2. These 2 electrons are being shared both by the boron and by the fluorine. Now, that means that the nitrogen can give the lone pair to the boron. So both have an octet shell. Okay? And this is the final product. Now, we can count. Now, this nitrogen has 2, 4, 6, 8. It still has 8 electrons. This boron now has 2, 4, 6, 8. It also has 8 electrons. Formation of the ammonium ion, the hydrogen ion, H+ has no electrons, and accepts a lone pair donated by nitrogen. Of course, the ammonia remains the same, and you'll end up, yes, they are. But Amber, again, it's a different chapter. We'll be doing them as Lewis acids, Lewis bases. I wanted to do dative bonding properly in acids and bases because that's where they should fall. I couldn't do it because I can't do acids and bases. I think I think this is the best way how to actually help students get the best out of this time. I plan on doing lessons even during the Easter holidays. Exactly, Kyle. Don't worry. We'll cover it next year. We'll cover it with acids and bases. So, for now, they're not important. It has a lone pair. We can do a dative bond. So, for example, here, ammonia has a lone pair. H+, it's proton, it's hydrogen. Hydrogen it only needs 2 electrons to have a full outer shell. It won't be a full octet, it's a full outer shell. Full outer shell is what you need. So you can still give 2 electrons to H+. Ma fimx Luke. Tirrepeti. No, not yet. When you do acids and bases, you'll do Lewis acids and Lewis bases. What will you repeat, Luke? The air? I highly doubt it. Will you repeat material from this year that we've covered through online courses? Of course. So what I would like to do is I would like to there's no reason why you won't make it to second year. There is no reason why anyone should not make it to second year. Nothing has been decided yet. But if the UK are giving A levels and they're giving marks depending on their actual A level, their mocks, I'm pretty sure we can take the test you've just done to consider that you actually did well in chemistry. Nastasia, don't be a meanie. He's already been bullied by all of his class for oversleeping. Now, you have the lone pair which can interact with the H+. This is the ammonium ion. So the ammonium ion is a very, very interesting ion because the ammonium ion has covalent, normal covalent, dative covalent, and because it has a charge, it can form ionic compounds. So ammonium chloride would be ionic, dative covalent, and simple covalent. Okay? So that's something that is very, very, very interesting. Now, you have some characteristics for they are coordinate compounds or dative compounds. Their melting point and boiling point are higher than purely covalent compounds, but lower than ionic. They are sparingly soluble in polar solvents, but readily soluble in non-polar, like most covalent compounds are. And like covalent compounds, they are also poor conductors. Now, in other classes, you had another 17 patients, by the way, today with COVID-19. So I think for now you can forget going to school. Just stay safe home and we'll take care of you. I'll take care of you with regards to my subjects, don't worry. No matter what happens, I will improve on what we're doing and see how best to help you out. Now, this is all I had to say about dative bonds. Now, this is what's going to happen. Because in reality, this video is not something you can actually use to study. And please, Juan, do give this and tell this to your friends in 1C. Okay? To your classmates in 1C, because I want you to tell it to everyone. Now, I will be making a video of the same PowerPoint where I will be discussing this without any interruptions. But I still want to use these PowerPoints to first do them as a class so that if you have any questions you can ask. Has everyone understood what we've done today? Has everyone understood this? I haven't heard from a lot of students, so I think both Lawrence were quiet, both Matthews were quiet, Maya, Tatiana, Laura, Ailey, Laura, Amy Joy said something in the beginning. Kyle Borch hasn't heard anything from him. Map hasn't heard anything from her. Please, your feedback in the chat is important. If you can't speak on chat, please make a Gmail account. Okay? Because what do you mean تكلم في كمين نساء؟ Now, as I said in the beginning, I know I said Amy spoken in the beginning. Yes, Ember, normally, VSCPR. Okay, not VESCPR. Brilliant. L'importanti li fimtuhom, this was a lesson, so that you can understand, so tomorrow when we do aluminium, we can actually do quite a bit. Now, this is how I will work. First and foremost, you've all received your marks. If you have problem with chemistry, do ask, because I will prepare videos. I will be preparing videos for you, and I will be preparing videos for other students I've got. So I have no problems if you ask me for a chapter to prepare it anyway. Tomorrow we're gonna do aluminium. Not all of it. Yes, Juan. Welcome to our world. Tomorrow is during sports. I will be using lesson times for lessons, which means that there should be no excuses for students not being available. If other teachers, jiena minn ħatijaj, minn batli, tajtkom, breakdown ta' fej affiċtu. Issa, Kyle, inti batli u għatlek. Issa fil-verità, jek inġib 35, jew 34, ma nafx kemm ġibtu, ħafna minnkom. Yes, I did send you had a few problems here and there, but doesn't mean that you don't know, because most of the marks, when you lose 1 mark here or 1 mark there, that means you just forgot to write something. Okay? But look, I will send pictures with mistakes for those students who really need it, but I will not send pictures with mistakes for those students who as well, because in reality, you won't learn anything by telling you someone from this class who got 31.5. Okay? So, the marks are lost like this. There is a mark lost. There is a mark lost because she wrote the configuration of Fe2 plus wrong. There is a mark lost because she wrote orbital instead of shell instead of orbital. There's a mark and a half lost because you forgot to do minus in KD question. So this person will not learn much by giving her the pictures. Now, what I will be pushing will be to actually get the papers to school. Because if I can get the papers to school and all the teachers do the same, then you can just go and collect them. Juan, believe me, at the moment, the amount of work I've got is insane. Plus, I was sick last week, and believe me when I say I've fallen behind on assignments, and when you decide that it is your break, then there is a bit of a problem. Now, for today, I'm gonna bid you farewell. If you do need anything, ask. I'm very, very happy to help. Okay? So, if you do need anything, ask. I mean it. Okay? So, I'm here to help. This is a horrible time for everyone, especially because it's raining. So, ask and I'll try and help you as best as I can. Okay? See you guys. Have a nice day. I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Yes, Kyle. I can. I can. That is the truth. I'll do it next time. I'll do it tomorrow. See you guys.